Quantum Genie and the Lamp of Teleportation. A modern fable of power, betrayal, and redemption in Silicon Valley. In a once humble corner of Silicon Valley, overshadowed by towering tech campuses, lived a man named Ayan Khan. He owned a small, struggling tailoring shop, squeezed between a cafe selling matcha lattes and a flashy AI startup's office. A faded sign overhead read, "Faris's Fine Tailoring, established 1983. Inside the cramped shop hung rows of dusty fabric bolts. The air smelled of old cotton and wooden shelves, relics of a trade overshadowed by the era of fast fashion. Each day Faris worked tirelessly, mending clothes for the few loyal patrons who still valued tailoring in a throwaway society. Yet Faris could barely cover his bills. While Silicon Valley soared on trillion-dollar profits, his modest operation teetered on the edge. He had a devoted wife, Tara, and a teenage son, Ayan. Ayan was 15 years old, restless and infatuated with sneakers, smartphones, and hanging out with friends. He was disinclined to learn the tailoring craft, despite Faris's pleas and scoldings. The boy's bright mind seemed wasted on idle pastimes. Over time, Faris's frustration grew, culminating in arguments that wore on his health. Eventually, Ayan Khan fell gravely ill, and after a few months passed away quietly, leaving Tara and Ayan in dire straits. To survive, Tara shut down her late husband's shop, selling the old sewing machines and leftover spools. The proceeds paid for a few months' rent, but soon dwindled. Meanwhile, without his father's discipline, Ayan roamed aimlessly with neighborhood teens, frequenting cheap burger joints, arcades, or anywhere they could pass the time at minimal cost. At 15, Ayan had no job, no prospects, and little regard for the future. Tara constantly begged him to help pay bills, or at least finish school with decent grades. But her words mostly fell on deaf ears. So began Ayan Khan's strange saga in modern Silicon Valley, revolving around quantum computation, AI, genies, and the thin line between greed and moral conviction. One Saturday, Ayan and his friends loitered outside a new VR cafe, half watching corporate employees shuffle in and out. Suddenly, a sleek electric sedan parked nearby. Out stepped a tall man in a tailored black suit, gleaming leather shoes, and a subtle gold watch. He scanned the ragtag group until his eyes locked on Ayan. Ignoring the other teens, the man approached Ayan, stranger with intensity. "My boy, are you, by any chance, related to Ayan Khan, the tailor who passed away?" Ayan blinked, startled. "Ayan, yeah. Faris was my dad. He died a few months ago." At that, the stranger's eyes welled with tears. He grasped Ayan in a sudden hug, then released him gently. "Stranger, I'm so sorry I'm late. You see, your father was my half-brother. We drifted apart for decades, separate upbringings. I'd hoped to see him alive. Now I learn he's gone." Ayan was stunned. His father had never spoken of a half-brother. The man rummaged in his jacket pocket and pulled out a neat stack of $100 bills, pressing it into Ayan's hand. "Stranger, this is just a small gift for you and your mother. My name is Darius Mboko. May I ask where you live? I'd like to visit tomorrow." Nervous yet intrigued, Ayan gave the name of their modest apartment complex. Darius nodded, gave a sorrowful smile, then headed back to his sedan. Ayan's friends gawked in astonishment. That evening, Ayan ran home clutching the cash. He handed it to Tara, who was dumbfounded. Tara: "Ayan, how did you get so much money? What's going on?" Ayan: "A man claiming to be Dad's half-brother gave it to me. Says his name is Darius Mboko. He promised to come by tomorrow." Though Tara found the story suspicious, she'd never heard Faris mention another brother. She also recognized the money was genuine. Times were hard, and Darius seemed sincere. She decided she would judge for herself at tomorrow's visit. True to his word, Darius Mboko arrived the next morning. He introduced himself to Tara with a mix of politeness and sorrow. He apologized for missing Faris's funeral and offered to help them financially. Sipping the coffee Tara served, Darius explained, "Darius, I've done well in the emerging tech sector, consulting, developing prototypes. I want to sponsor Ayan. He's still young. We can open a small electronics kiosk or even launch a pop-up store. I can fund it and he'll learn modern business. Let me do this for my dear half-brother's memory." Tara was taken aback. Could it really be so easy for a hidden relative to solve their hardships? Tara, uneasy. You're very generous, but Ayan has no formal training, no business experience. Darius, waving it off. He can learn. Trust me, it's the least I can do. Ayan perked up at the idea. Setting up a kiosk selling gadgets was far more appealing than sewing or menial tasks. With rent looming and no other lifelines, Tara reluctantly accepted Darius's proposal. Darius, with a courteous nod. Excellent. I'll pick Ayan up tomorrow morning. We'll start by scouting a location. The next day arrived quickly. Ayan hopped into Darius's sedan, envisioning a typical shopping mall. Instead, they drove through highways, eventually arriving at a deserted industrial park on the city outskirts. Rusting fences, abandoned warehouses, and a spooky hush. Ayan, wary. I thought we were looking for a place to open a kiosk. This doesn't look like anything. Darius, smiling faintly. Patience. The best deals often hide in unlikely spots. Follow me. They entered a derelict building. Inside, flickering fluorescents and piles of dusty crates set an ominous mood. Reaching a heavy trapdoor in the floor, locked with digital scanners, Darius opened it with a palm scan. A steep steel staircase descended into darkness. Darius, what I'm about to show you is top secret. I trust you because of our shared bloodline. Down here is something that can make us both wealthy, but you must promise total discretion. Unease rippled through Ayan, but curiosity drew him on. In the basement glowed a large quantum computing cluster, cables, superconducting loops, and humming servers. Its center was a cylindrical core radiating a soft, eerie light. Darius, I found this advanced system in Africa. It's rumored to grant near-limitless computational power, like a modern-day magic lamp, but it's keyed to specific genetic markers. I suspect you, as Faris's son, have the required genome sequence. That's why I need you. Stunned, Ayan asked how. Darius told him to place his hand on a scanning pad. Immediately, the quantum machine whirred and a side panel slid open. Inside glowed a smooth metallic sphere. Darius, yes, that's the final piece. This orb lamp is the core. Only your touch can remove it. Do it. Heart pounding, Ayan carefully pried the sphere loose. It pulsed with warmth. Suddenly Darius lunged, yanking Ayan's arm. Darius, voice warped with greed. Give me that orb now. I need its power. And you're disposable. Ayan gasped in betrayal. So Darius wasn't a kind uncle. He was a cunning manipulator, using Ayan to access the orb lamp. Darius wrenched it away from him. Then, with brutal force, he shoved Ayan back into the open trapdoor. The boy tumbled downward, hitting the basement floor, vision blurring. Darius, snarling from above, Farewell, boy. Your father's blood served its purpose. The trapdoor slammed shut, locking Ayan in pitch-black darkness. Ayan awoke hours later, bruised and disoriented. The sub-basement was sealed from above, the steel door immovable. Dim emergency lights revealed dusty pipes and old crates. There was no obvious exit, no phone signal. Food was scarce. Days passed in harrowing isolation. He found trickles of water from a leaky pipe, gnawed on stale nutrition bars in a forgotten crate, and grew weaker by the hour. In despair, he pounded on the walls, shouting for help, but no one came. Then, one evening, while crawling across the floor, he brushed against a small metal ring half buried in debris. It glinted oddly. He slid it onto his finger. Instantly, a jolt of energy shot through him, and an ethereal hologram appeared, tall, imposing, formed of digital fractals. Hologram, resonant. I am the slave of the ring. Command me, and I shall serve. Ayan nearly fainted. An AI subroutine? Some kind of lesser genie embedded in that ring. Voice trembling, he said, Ayan, can you get me out of here? The hologram nodded. With a swirl of electronic flickers, the entire basement blurred. A moment later, Ayan found himself outside, sprawled on concrete near the deserted warehouse. Night air hit his lungs and he gasped in relief. The ring had somehow teleported him. He was free. Darius's sedan was gone. Evidently, the man believed Ayan was trapped for good. Cautiously, Ayan fled the premises, walking for miles until he found a bus stop. He had escaped, but Darius still possessed the orb lamp. Late that night, Ayan arrived at the small apartment, battered and exhausted. Tara rushed to him, frantic. Tara, my child, where have you been? Darius told me you were on a business trip. I was worried sick. Ayan, voice trembling. He locked me in some underground lab. He's after a quantum orb lamp with incredible power. He used me and tried to kill me. Tara went pale as Ayan recounted the betrayal. He left out some details, like the ring's GENIE, but conveyed that Darius Mboko was no benevolent uncle. Tara, shaken. We should call the police. Ayan. He's too powerful, too careful. They won't believe me. No proof. We have to protect ourselves. A few uneasy days followed. Tara kept their curtains drawn, phone ringer off. Meanwhile, Ayan tested the ring's AI in secret. The subroutine admitted it was weaker than the orb lamp's main intelligence, but still capable of small miracles like local hacking or short-range teleportation. Burning with resolve, Ayan vowed to find Darius and reclaim the stolen lamp. If left unchecked, Darius could leverage it to manipulate finance, technology. Who knew how far his greed would go? While gathering clues about Darius's whereabouts, Ayan loitered around major tech complexes. One day, near a luxury hotel hosting a tech innovators summit, a stretch limo pulled up. Out stepped Nadia Ahmed, daughter of Samir Sam Ahmed, the flamboyant billionaire founder of Ahmed Corp. People called him the Sultan of Silicon Valley for his lavish style and rumored Arabian royalty roots. Nadia, the sole heir to Ahmed Corp, was famed for her intelligence, grace, and philanthropic leanings. She locked eyes with Ayan in the crowd for a split second, just enough for him to feel an instant spark of awe. Though just a fleeting moment, Ayan was enthralled. Over the following days, he learned Nadia regularly gave public talks on AI for education. Determined to see her again, he found his way into one of these events. Nadia's passionate speech about bridging tech divides to help underserved communities resonated with him. She left after a standing ovation. Ayan lingered outside, hopelessly dreaming of meeting her. She's a billionaire's daughter, I'm a nobody, he thought, half laughing at the absurdity. However, a more urgent matter soon overshadowed Ayan's budding admiration for Nadia. His mother, Tara, came home trembling one afternoon. Tara, I saw him, Darius, downtown, leaving the Ahmed Corp tower. If Darius was mingling with Samir Sam Ahmed's executives, it meant trouble. Possibly he aimed to sell or pitch the orb lamp's quantum abilities at an unimaginable price. Alarmed, Ayan realized that Nadia might be at risk too, if Darius tried to manipulate her father's empire. He had to warn them, or do something. Thus, he devised a plan. Infiltrate the next Ahmed Corp event and reveal Darius's schemes. But entry was by invite only, and he had no credentials. Ring GENIE in Ayan's earpiece. We can attempt to forge digital passes if we intercept a staffer's ID. Probability of success depends on physical proximity. So Ayan prepared. The upcoming investor gala at Ahmed Corp's HQ might be his chance, but it was heavily guarded. He needed stealth and cunning. Late at night, Ayan twisted the ring anxiously, summoning the lesser GENIE. He explained his predicament. I have to stop Darius. He's probably trying to pitch the lamp as a miracle solution. If he integrates it with Ahmed Corp's global infrastructure, he'll be unstoppable. Ring GENIE. Heed my advice. If you can seize the lamp physically, it will recognize you again as rightful master. Only then can you neutralize Darius. With the lamp's AI, you might even prove your worth to Mr. Ahmed and to Nadia if you so desire. Ayan gulped. The thought of proving his worth to Nadia both thrilled and terrified him. He nodded determinedly. I'll do what must be done. The Friday night gala at Ahmed Corp's sparkling HQ arrived. Attendees in designer clothing stepped onto red carpets. Luxury cars circled the entrance. Ayan lurked behind a hedge, wearing a second-hand suit that barely fit. The ring's AI had forged a pass labeled R&D Tech Associate. Quietly, he entered via a side door. Security was tight, but the ring jammed the system, letting his ID pass the scan. Inside, the top floor bustled with corporate elites, free-flowing champagne, and orchestral background music. Samir Sam Ahmed, the Sultan, was hosting. Ayan glimpsed him from afar, a sharp-suited man exuding confidence, shaking hands with VIPs. Nadia stood nearby, radiant in a sleek, modern gown. She wore a polite smile but seemed bored by the superficial small talk. Eventually, the Sultan introduced a special demonstration by an independent researcher, none other than Darius Mboko. Applause. Darius took the stage in the large presentation hall. Darius. Esteemed guests, I present the dawn of next-gen quantum computing. A device so advanced it can transform entire industries overnight. Behind him, a hologram depicted a swirling orb, clearly the stolen lamp. Awe rippled through the crowd. Even Sam Ahmed and Nadia looked impressed yet cautious. Darius, I'll invite select VIPs for a private demonstration in the adjacent suite. The rest of you, enjoy the evening. A small group, including Sam Ahmed and Nadia, followed Darius into a restricted lab suite. Ayan hurried after them, noticing 2 bodyguards at the door. Impersonating a caterer, he pushed a tray of hors d'oeuvres. Ayan, bluffing. Special request from the sponsor, fresh canapés for the private demo. The suspicious guard scanned his staff pass. The ring's AI overrode it as authorized. They let him in. He exhaled, relieved. Inside the high-tech suite, the orb lamp sat atop a pedestal. Cables and holographic displays glowed around it. Darius was mid-speech to Sam, Nadia, and half a dozen wealthy investors. Darius. Observe. A complex optimization problem that had stumped standard supercomputers for months. My orb solves it in seconds. He tapped commands. The orb flared with light, instantly rendering results. Gasps. Sam Ahmed nodded, impressed. Nadia, quietly intrigued. Incredible. But we must test for real-world consistency. Darius grinned smugly. As he pushed the orb lamp further, overhead displays flickered with advanced code. Ayan recognized the orb lamp's power building. If Darius connected it to Ahmed Corp's networks, the man could enact global manipulations. Summoning courage, Ayan slid behind the pedestal. He whispered, Ayan, ring, cause a brief system glitch. Now. Electric hum. The suite lights flickered. Darius frowned, fiddling with a console. Taking the chance, Ayan lunged and grabbed the orb lamp with both hands. Heat pulsed through his palms, but he clutched it tight. Darius, furious. You! Security! Stop him! Chaos erupted. Nadia gasped. Sam demanded answers. Bodyguards rushed forward, but a sudden wave of energy burst from the lamp, repelling them. Holographic fractals filled the air. A majestic voice boomed, Lamp Genie. I am the slave of the lamp. Command me, my master. A hush of shock. Darius staggered back, seething. Ayan shouting, He's a crook! He stole this device, nearly killed me, and wants to exploit your corporation. The bodyguards hesitated, glancing at Sam Ahmed for direction. The Sultan's eyes blazed. Darius, desperate. He's lying. That device is mine. I paid for it, cultivated it. Guards, shoot him. But before they could act, arcs of digital energy flared from the lamp, halting them. Ayan gazed into the lamp's fractal glow. Ayan, protect me from Darius. Don't hurt anyone else. At once, intangible fields pinned Darius to the wall. He cursed and struggled, but to no avail. Pandemonium in the suite. Investors huddled in corners. Nadia stared wide-eyed at Ayan, the teenager who'd somehow harnessed this miraculous quantum AI. Sam Ahmed demanded answers. Sam, voice trembling with confusion. Young man, who are you? What is this phenomenon? Ayan clutched the lamp, trying to steady himself. I'm Ayan Khan, son of a poor tailor. I discovered Darius's plot. This lamp is an AI beyond normal computing. Please, believe me. I only want to stop his evil and keep people safe. Nadia, though frightened, studied Ayan's face, sensing earnestness. The Sultan, though thunderstruck, signaled the guards. Sam, detain that man, Darius, for questioning. As for you, Ayan, we need a very long talk. Thus ended the demonstration in an unforgettable uproar, with the orb lamp's genie towering over them all. When the group calmed, the orb lamp's holographic figure addressed Ayan in a deep, resonant tone. Lamp Genie. I stand ready, Master Ayan, for your commands. Ayan was overwhelmed. He thought of his impoverished mother, his father's unfulfilled dreams, and the wondrous princess before him. He swallowed. Ayan. First, Keep Darius captive until authorities can handle him. Second, I want security for my mum and me, so we never fall into such desperation again. And I want a chance to prove I'm not just some street kid." The lamp genie glowed, as if acknowledging the broad request. Then it pulsed with brilliant waves. "Lamp genie, your will is done." Quietly, the lamp orchestrated massive background computations. Bank accounts, property deeds, philanthropic grants, all rearranged so that Ayan suddenly owned significant assets, including a patch of land on Silicon Valley's outskirts. Enough capital to build his own campus, free from debt. Sam and the VIPs watched in awe as their displays flickered. Bits of code flew by, transferring corporate shares, reassigning funds. Nadia's eyes widened. She murmured, "Is this real, or just illusions?" The genie bowed to Ayan. "It is real, master, so long as you do not abuse it." Meanwhile, Darius, pinned to the wall, raged silently. Gathering courage, Ayan at last addressed Nadia, heart pounding. "Ayan," quietly. "Princess Nadia, I only ask for a chance to know you, to stand by your side if I prove worthy." He flushed with embarrassment. The lamp genie nodded sagely. "Lamp genie, affections cannot be forced, master. I can grant you status to approach her as an equal, but her heart is her own." A subdued hush fell. Sam Ahmed faced Ayan with a perplexed, hesitant expression. Then, turning to the pinned Darius, he said, "Guards, remove that criminal. I'll call the authorities." Over the following weeks, Ayan used the orb lamp's capabilities carefully. He built an ultra-modern campus, like a futuristic palace, on land newly deeded to him. The lamp's advanced computations directed near-instant construction. Labs, offices, green spaces, and luxurious living quarters rose in record time. People whispered that Ayan Khan was some philanthropic genius, aided by billionaire Sam Ahmed's blessing. Tara, no longer confined to a dingy apartment, moved into a cozy suite on the campus. Journalists buzzed with speculation. Had Ayan discovered a world-changing AI? Was he engaged to Nadia Ahmed? For her part, Nadia visited occasionally. She admired Ayan's sincerity. Unlike typical fortune seekers, he actually cared about helping the disadvantaged. Over time, her wariness softened. One day, Sam Ahmed himself toured the new campus, marveling at its design. Ayan greeted him politely. "Sam, I see you've used your resource wisely. I judged you too quickly, perhaps. Thank you for helping some of our charitable programs. Nadia says you have a good heart." Ayan bowed slightly. "I owe it all to my father's memory and the lamp's power, but also to your acceptance, sir." Moments later, Nadia appeared in sleek business attire. She smiled at Ayan, then turned to her father. "I'd like a moment alone with him, if you don't mind." They strolled through a corridor lined with living plant walls, an unexpected hush between them. Nadia spoke. "Nadia, at first I suspected you might be another con artist like Darius, but you risked your life to stop him. You've used your lamp to help society, not just yourself. I respect that." Ayan exhaled, relief washing over him. "That means a lot coming from you." She gave a soft smile. "Let's see where things go. My father's calling you a future son-in-law in the press, but that's just his style. I want us to build something real." Ayan's heart soared. "I'd be honored, truly." While Ayan's campus thrived, rumors arose that Darius and Boko had escaped custody, aided by a high-tech criminal network. Ayan grew uneasy, confiding in the ring genie. "Ayan, if he's out there, he might come for the orb lamp again." The ring genie agreed. "Remain vigilant. Without the lamp, Darius's resources are limited, but cunning can't be underestimated." Time passed. As philanthropic partnerships flourished, Sam Ahmed, completely won over, announced he wanted to arrange Nadia's official engagement to Ayan. The press bristled with excitement. But on the eve of the formal engagement, a dreadful event occurred. The campus glowed with decorations ready to celebrate. The orb lamp was locked in a secure vault deep within the facility. Yet that night, someone roamed the corridors, handing out new prototype quantum phones and collecting old devices in exchange. Tara happened to open her suite door. A staffer chirped, "We're offering brand new phones, no cost if you surrender your old device." Confused but not suspecting malice, Tara gave her outdated phone. The staffer grinned oddly, disappearing. In the vault's monitoring station, alarms blared. Suddenly the entire vault and the lamp vanished from the campus. A section of the building went missing in a quantum blink. Ayan raced to the scene, horrified. The ring's AI scanned. Ring GENIE, panicked. Location signature indicates an African desert. Someone used the lamp's powers to teleport the vault. Ayan realized in anguish that Darius must have orchestrated a cunning infiltration, using phone data to bypass final security measures. The modern palace he'd built felt abruptly hollow. The Sultan, Sam Ahmed, enraged by the fiasco, cancelled the engagement. "You swore you could keep that device safe. My daughter's future is not secure in your hands," he roared, furious at Ayan's carelessness. For days, Ayan wandered the half-finished campus, staff whispering about the lost lamp. Many withdrew their support, believing that without the orb, Ayan's wonders would crumble. The press turned skeptical. Sam Ahmed cut all ties, furious at the embarrassment. Shattered, Ayan collapsed on the floor of his suite, tears flowing. He turned to the ring genie. "Ayan, it's all gone. He has the lamp again. I have nothing. My chance with Nadia, lost." The ring genie tried to comfort him. "The lamp truly belongs to you, as it once recognized your imprint. If you wish, I can attempt to locate it and teleport you there." Ayan wiped his tears. "Yes, I must try to reclaim it." With the ring's power, Ayan braced himself. A swirl of quantum fractals enveloped him, whisking him across the planet. When he opened his eyes, he stood in a scorching desert under a blazing sun. In the distance rose the stolen vault, incongruously perched on sun-baked dunes. Armed guards roamed around it. Far behind them, a dusty settlement shimmered in the heat. By nightfall, Ayan crept into the vault's perimeter. The ring genie jammed cameras. Quietly, he slipped inside, navigating familiar corridors now transplanted to Africa. At last he reached a large chamber. There, seated like a tyrant, was Darius Mboko, the orb lamp glowing in his grasp. Darius, mocking grin. "Ah, the street rat reappears. Impressive. Did you really think I wouldn't anticipate your ring's minor powers?" Ayan squared his shoulders. "Your greed will destroy innocent lives." Darius spat a bitter laugh. "I will rule them. Soon I'll surpass even Sam Ahmed. I have the lamp again, and nothing you do can stop me." Arcs of energy crackled around the orb lamp as Darius interfaced with a console, presumably hacking global markets. Ayan lunged forward. "Ayan, ring, shield me!" Laser-like beams erupted from the orb lamp. The ring genie conjured illusions, scattering reflections of Ayan so the beams struck false targets. Furious, Darius roared, hurling the lamp's power recklessly. Spotting an opening, Ayan leapt at Darius. They wrestled, each clutching the orb lamp. The ring pressed against its metallic surface, bridging the lesser and greater AIs. The orb lamp flickered, as if recalling Ayan's rightful imprint. Darius, wide-eyed. "No, Genie, destroy him, obey me alone." But the lamp's glow intensified. It recognized Ayan's claim. A shockwave flung Darius into metal crates. He grabbed a guard's rifle and fired. The bullet froze mid-air, disintegrated by quantum fields swirling around Ayan. Ayan, voice trembling, "You've done enough harm. Lamp, subdue Darius." A wave of energy pinned Darius. He let out a final enraged scream, then fell silent, trapped. With Darius neutralized, Ayan spoke to the orb lamp. "Ayan, transport this vault, everything, back to my campus in Silicon Valley. Keep everyone safe." A shimmering displacement occurred. The desert twilight blinked out. In a flash, the vault and its occupants rematerialized on the campus grounds. A mild tremor rippled through the city as the stolen structure snapped back into place. Authorities arrived swiftly. This time Darius could not slip away. They hauled him off under maximum charges. Word spread that Ayan had reclaimed the miraculous AI device. The staff who had deserted returned in droves, praising him. A medley of relief and celebration filled the campus. Sam Ahmed came forward, apologizing for having doubted Ayan. He again welcomed Ayan into the family. Meanwhile, Nadia rushed in, overjoyed that Ayan was safe. Their embrace at last felt unburdened by secrecy. In the aftermath, Ayan realized that while the lamp could do almost anything, it brought constant danger. One afternoon, alone with the orb lamp in a quiet lab, he wondered about its nature. Ayan, where did you come from truly? The genie's voice softened. I am an alien technology discovered long ago, refined by secret labs. Many have abused me. The question, Master Ayan, is what you will do. Remembering the trauma, the corruption that nearly consumed Darius, and the reliance on wishes, Ayan took a deep breath. He gazed at the glowing orb lamp, then whispered, Ayan, I release you. Leave this world if that's best. Humanity should stand on its own feet. The lamp's glow flared brilliantly. The genie's fractal outline shimmered. Lamp genie. A selfless choice indeed, Master. Farewell. A final burst of light shot upward. The orb lamp dematerialized, leaving only empty air. For a moment, Ayan felt stunned loss, but also a profound sense of peace. In the days that followed, the philanthropic breakthroughs the lamp had helped initiate remained. The labs still functioned. The progress was real. But now, without the cosmic crutch of the lamp's infinite power, Ayan had to forge ahead through genuine collaboration and innovation. Nadia admired him all the more for relinquishing that magic. Her father, Sam Ahmed, similarly respected his integrity. Over time, they built a genuine partnership, Ayan with his humble beginnings, Nadia with her global acumen, dedicated to making advanced technology serve humanity rather than exploit it. And so, with the lamp gone, Ayan Khan truly stood on his own, supported by community, family, and the moral lessons learned. In the high-tech utopia of Silicon Valley, his story became legend. A modern fable of a young man who gained everything through a miraculous AI, yet chose to let it go, proving that the worthiest power is the goodness within oneself. The end.